What's up, what's up? My name is E, and we have some good news to celebrate. Congratulations are in order for Kandi Burruss. She and her husband, Todd, are joining the Broadway production team Othello, starring Denzel Washington. That is so amazing. We're going to give a round of applause here at In Touch with E. Congratulations to Kandi and Todd. You know, making this jump from reality TV into Broadway is not an easy thing to do. And it seems like everything in Kandi's life is going up, 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 and up. I am so happy for Kandi. I am so proud of Kandi. Meanwhile, back at the ranch in Atlanta, it's nothing but crime, luxury vehicles, and federal investigations, allegedly. I know y'all saw the news yesterday. And yes, your girl has a few thoughts. We have to take our notes over here and look at all of the evidence before we come to a conclusion. So this is going to be no different. And one more thing before we get into the intro. I want to send a special thank you to each and every one of you who dropped name suggestions for the channel yesterday. There were some really good names, and I am narrowing down the list to the best 3, and then I'm going to let you all vote on which name you all think we should choose, and I'll do that sometime next week, so it's not too late. If anybody has any suggestions, please drop it in the comments, and I am so eager and ready to receive any names that you all come up with. A few of them that are really stand out to me so far. Someone mentioned the Elites. And I love that name. I just love everything that it embodies. I love the definition. And another one I really love, somebody said the Untouchables. And I just love that. It just reminds me of something very vintage and gangster. I just think that's so cute. And the last one I really liked was the Inquisitors. I really like that just because, we're into deep dives over here. We're into researching and investigations. And so the Inquisitors just sounded really cute to me as well. So again, thank you to each and every one of you for all of your input from the bottom of my heart. It is so appreciated. Now, y'all know what we came to do. If you have not already, please hit the like and subscribe button and turn on your notifications, babe. We're going back to the Special Victims Unit.
Tonight is your night, and your night alone.
Now, look, everybody who knows me in real life knows this is my song right here. I love this song by Sidora. I got 5 on it, and I don't even smoke, and I love this song. And you know what? Now that I'm looking at her prepare for her live performance, I would actually love this look on Drew without this curly thing in her ponytail. Like, I hate that thing. And this ill-fitting top. Like, Drew, what the fuck? Drew is dressed just like Phaedra decorates her house. It's a bunch of different styles going on, but nothing seems to match or go together. Drew, you got to do better, baby. I mean, go to Fashion Nova if you have to, but get something a bit more cohesive. This is a mess. Anywho, pay attention to the Judy in the back of this video, the one with the silver hair, standing up and gyrating like this is actually his performance, okay? I mean, it's not even giving Michelle Williams with the heavenly background vocals. He's just trying to be seen. He's trying to be heard with all of his heart. He wants all of the attention on him. He just wants to be in the mix, and he's willing to do anything to get it. Now, check this out. He was just at her show, but now he's blasting her online, claiming she didn't pay for his makeup services. I mean, look at this passive-aggressive message. Quote, Drew, my favorite girl. The feds are looking for you. End quote. See, when I look at that message and I see the edited alert at the top, I'm wondering, what did this message read before? Then he says, if you need a pen pal, call me, boo. Heart emoji. See, he's antagonistic. He's antagonizing this woman. And if this were me and Drew owed me money, the first thing I would say is not, hey, my favorite girl. My first response would be, hey, do you have the money you owe me? Like, remember you said you would have it to me on the 20th? Like, that's the kind of receipt I would like. Give me something with dates. Give me something with an agreement to pay. I mean, all of this favorite girl shit and call me if you need a pen pal. And then he called the woman a bitch. Like, that's not going to help you get your money. I don't like these kind of games. I'm a grown-ass woman. Don't play on my phone like that. He's playing, okay? Now, he posted this on Instagram and said in the last sentence of his post, quote, the people said you are a commercial fraud specialist. Y'all heard that? Commercial fraud specialist. So when I saw that, I first thought, that is such a specific term. That is not a term that the average Judy is out throwing around on the internet on a whim. So there has to be a backstory to this. Now, before we go there, we need to know what commercial fraud is. I just want to make sure everybody is on the same page. So, commercial fraud is a range of actions which can include deceit, breach of contract, misappropriation of funds, theft of intellectual property, insurance fraud, and the main one I have highlighted involves taxes. And I have that highlighted for a reason. So, before we talk about the Pittman's taxes, let's talk about a scheme Drew ran on us about 3 years ago. Drop It with Drew. Remember that? It's a 21-day fat loss 21-day fat loss program. That doesn't even sound right. First of all, who calls their weight loss program a fat loss program? That is so insensitive. Anyway, let's move on. 100s. Wait. 100s. I guess that's supposed to be hundreds? Girl, what the fuck? How far did Drew get in school? Hold on, let me look this up real quick because I don't understand. And I'm sorry, I'm recording this as I'm putting this together in sequence. So if I'm all over the place, this is why. Okay, I have it right here. Okay, Drew went to Randolph-Macon College with a concentration in communication and journalism. As many lies as she tell? Girl, please. Communication and journalism? Bitch, how dare you? You graduated in 2016. That was less than 10 years ago. And you were only one of the 9% of black students there. And you go onto reality TV and start a business with the motto Fat Loss Program? Drew. Girl, that is so embarrassing. I'm almost in tears. Then on the website, you're talking about gifts and raffles. Girl, and I know it doesn't say it kicks off September 18th of 2021. Girl, it's September 2024 almost. Girl, 3 years later, what is this? The website hasn't even been updated since 2021, though. Look in the bottom left-hand corner. See, this is so interesting because just last year, Drew did an interview. It was 2023, the date is on the screen, and she said she was still running the program for Drop It with Drew. And then at the end of the quote, it says, thank you for asking. Girl, why you lie? Why did you lie? See, this goes back to that commercial fraud stuff. Why is this website still up where people are able to still make purchases, but there is no updated content and no workout Zoom schedules available? Why? And I'm not the only person who feels this way. Check out this thread from 2 years ago. It says, Drop It with Drew looks so sketchy. And it says you can win a cash prize. Like what? I'm just thinking about if I had not known Drew, if I had not seen Drew on the show and somebody started advertising a weight loss program and said, you can win prizes, how would I respond to that? I don't know. I don't think I would respond well. I don't think so. All right, so let's look at a few of the comments. I already have them up on the screen. The misuse apostrophe in 100s really drives me up the wall. It's a lot of improper word usage, improper punctuation, especially for a college graduate. Drew should be ashamed of herself. Look, this person said the same thing I said. I'm cracking up at fat loss. Who says that? That is so inappropriate. Who says that? $127, because remember, it was on sale. At first, it was marked up to $147, so then she took $20 off like that was going to make a big difference. Look what this person said. Their name is Apathy is Beauty. 127 American dollars to sweat? Bitch, Ralph better show up and gaslight me to my face for that kind of money. This is a recession. Not gaslight me to my face. Hell no. Whoever made this, graphic design was definitely their passion. I see what you did there, Molly. I caught that sarcasm. To quote Mia Thornton, low budget. I agree. Even if you are doing it yourself and you're doing everything in-house, you're a college graduate, why couldn't Drew have looked over that, read that herself and said, you know what? Let me change this. This is not proper, especially seeing how she has critiqued some of the other women's businesses. The way that she talked about She by Shein, you would think that Drew had her stuff up to par. That's bullshit. 100s have lost. 100s have lost hundreds. The way, it's no reason that they have that spelled out numerically. That is so, it's inappropriate. It is not that hard to drop 8 pounds of water weight in 21 days if you weigh more than B. Follow a specific restrictive diet. Keto will lead to these fast losses, for example, but 21 days is absurd if the goal is to keep the weight off. What a scam. See, so I'm so glad that these comment sections are still available years after the fact, because if not, people will swear that I am hating and that, I'm just accusing everybody of committing crimes. I'm just calling it as I see it. Look, here's another comment. Sometimes I feel insecure about myself and abilities, and then I see certain housewives peddling this half-conceived, clearly scammy and incompetent shit. And I'm just like, wow, I really could have been overthinking. Definitely. I mean, Drew is just a regular girl. She has a regular body and she has a regular cheating ass man that lives downstairs in the basement. I mean, anybody could have that. Are you kidding? And she has a college degree. How the fuck about that? I could buy into a workout program with Sheree because she's fit, but not Drew. See, I can see that because Sheree, no matter her surgeries, she is always in the gym. She looks like she works out. I will work out with Sheree. Now that I believe. From their website, it seems like a less expensive, less intense version of All In. Why, yes, they do mention accountability on the site. I can only imagine how many trackers the app has, though, and they're never specific about the prizes. Basically, it seems scammy. Yeah, you say people can win cash and prizes, but you don't say what it is. I think that puts into words exactly how I was feeling, because, yes, you have on your website and your promotions that people win cash and prizes for weight loss, but what is the prize? I mean, for all I know, she could pull the switcheroo at the last minute and say, you've won an autographed picture and an autographed book from Ralph and me. Like, what the fuck? You need to be specific. If there are prizes, you need to say what the prizes are to get people to buy in. But anywho, moving right along. So, of course, Drew came out the same day and she released the following statement. And I'm not going to read the whole thing because by now everyone on the internet has seen it, but I'll do the first sentence. Quote, I want to make it clear that these claims are entirely false. There is no federal investigation or legal action being taken against me. End quote. Now, I can believe that because if Drew was the target of a federal investigation, she would have received a target letter and she would be aware of that. Her attorneys would be aware of that. So the fact that Drew released this statement, I believe that 10,000%. And if you look to the right, you'll see the comments from that page because so many people were coming to Drew's defense. Look at the comments. I'll read about 3 of them. The first one says, "Why do people enjoy bullying Drew? I don't understand this and I don't like it either." Well, shout out to that person, but I think I have an answer for them. I think the reason people come at Drew a lot is because Drew does not tell the truth about a lot of things. If we're being honest, Drew tells lies when the truth will do. And that's just her character, and I don't know why she does that. Another comment says, "Why they always saying she didn't pay someone?" Well, didn't Drew come on saying the same thing about Sheree? See how it comes full circle? Everything we do will come back to us. Good, bad, and indifferent. It always comes back. Always. If everybody is saying that Drew does not pay, there's a reason why people are saying that. I don't know what the reason is, but people just don't say that for no reason. Why are so many people having the same experience with Drew? It's questionable. Last comment, she has to have these people sign NDAs because this is beyond ridiculous. I'm going to be honest with you. Even if Drew did have people sign NDAs, the type of people or caliber of people that she chooses to employ and hire and bring on staff, I don't think that they will have enough integrity to abide by the NDA, even if she had them sign it. Because the way that that person spoke to her in her DMs, "Hey, my favorite girl," and then called her a bitch, that's not somebody who I would see honoring an NDA, because from the looks of it, he wouldn't have the money to compensate Drew for violating the NDA to begin with. Nothing divided by nothing is nothing. Now, let's get back to those taxes. The reason why I would not be surprised if Drew and Ralph were ever subjected to any investigation is this. Remember last year at the season 15 reunion, text messages between Drew and Ty Young were dropped off at Sheree's house, allegedly, basically incriminating or insinuating, or both, that Drew was a lesbian and she was cheating on Ralph with Ty. Well, when Sheree pulled out the screenshots, Kenya asked to see them. And so they passed the envelope to Kenya. And then Kenya gave the text messages to Candy. And when Candy got finished reading the text messages, Candy asked Drew if the texts were real. This is how Drew responded. And I want you all to pay attention. Listen carefully.
Kenya, if you saw my DMs are popping.
Okay. The texts are real?
So they're real?
Those are real texts?
I don't know. Ralph is really good. I have seen Ralph beat the IRS single-handedly.
Okay, did y'all hear that? When Candy asked if the texts were real, Drew threw both her hands up and she said, "I don't know. Ralph is really good. I've seen him beat the IRS single-handedly." Pause. Pause. Now, that's a loaded statement. Basically, what Drew was saying, in my humble opinion, is that Ralph is so good at making fraudulent documents and falsifying records that Ralph has gotten over on the IRS. And she made sure to end that statement by saying single-handedly, because she doesn't want the government to come after her too, allegedly. But that was an admission. That's what I heard. That sounded like an admission of a wife who knew something illegal had taken place. So I'm going to throw the question back at y'all. How many times have you been out and about and you heard someone use the term commercial fraud? Y'all leave it in the comments, because I've never heard that phrase just thrown out there. So yes, I've heard of fraud, and people will say that. People talk about Phaedra like that all the time. But I never hear those two words together, commercial fraud. That is something specific. So, in my opinion, something fishy is going on. And where there's smoke, there's fire. But do I believe that she has been given a target letter by the IRS? No, I don't believe that, because she specifically says she didn't. But do I believe that there's scuttlebutt, that there's something going on amongst the people who work with her behind the scenes on a day-to-day capacity? Yes, I do. Something is weird about that. And the fact that she would even play around and say something to even allude to Ralph doing something suspicious or uncouth regarding the filing of his taxes. Oh, please. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy, the way that she threw that out there so flippantly. Because if I'm somebody who works for the IRS, the first thing I'm going to do is open up an investigation. What is she talking about? What does she mean he got over on the IRS single-handedly? The fact that she would even play like that with the government. And you telling me that Drew graduated from college? What's the name of that place again? What is the name of that place? Hold on, y'all. I'm looking at my own notes. Randolph-Macon College. This is embarrassing. Y'all, go ahead. Let me know your thoughts and your feedback. Let's stay in touch. Unless you're Drew or Ralph. In that case, please don't. But I gotta go. Bye.